An old dad in his 80s was sitting with his own son. His son was in his 40s. They were sitting in the garden of the house. There was chirping of sparrows and birds. It's the beginning of March and the springtime. Then a little sparrow came flying in front of them and landed at a rock in front of them. The dad asked his son, "What is that?" The son looked at his dad and looked at the bird and said, "It's a sparrow, my dad." Later, the same sparrow came closer to them, and the dad asked his son again, "What is that?" The son angrily looked at his dad and said, "My dad, it's a sparrow." Then, few moments later, another sparrow came. The dad again asked the question, "My son, what is that?" The son was so angry because he thought that his reading was interrupted and said, "Father, don't you know that I have said that many times that that is a sparrow?" A few moments later, another sparrow came. And at this time, the father asked the question again, "My son, what is that?" The son was so infuriated and he started to shout at his dad, "What's wrong with you? I have just told you 3 times that that's a sparrow." The dad calmly stood and walked into the house. He returned with a small old notebook and he handed it to his son and he said, "Read." That notebook was his notebook when he was young and when his son was a child. And in the notebook he wrote, "Today I am sitting in the garden with my little son who is 4 years old. He asked me 21 times, 'What is that?' And I said, 'My son, it's a sparrow.' And every time he asked me, I was so happy to repeat my answer while I'm hugging him." The son felt so regretful for what he said earlier, and he hugged his dad, crying and apologizing for the kind of things that he said earlier. The moral of the story is that we have to appreciate the presence of our parents in our life. Give them what they deserve and appreciate that at some point we were kids in their laps, playing and asking and being curious. Their presence in our life is the most precious thing. Thank you very much.